Hello everybody, it's Margaret Manning here with 60 and Me. Hope that you're doing well today wherever you are. I'm really grateful for you being here. 60 and Me is a community of women who are over 60 and 70, 80, and we are in a transition stage that is very, very unique. I think that there's lots of bloggers these days talking about being in their 40s and 50s and being an aging woman, getting older, but I think when you reach 60, 70, there's a different world out there, and you're starting to think about things in a much more serious and deeper way. You can, in fact, explore your childhood as well. I mean, it's all good to sort of be frivolous and fun and enjoy this time of your life. But I think that independence in retirement is really important, and independence is it's an interesting definition. I've always looked at the word independence like it's independence from being dependent on someone, or being in a financial situation that you don't want to be, being free from negative things that might impact your happiness in retirement. And then there's independence in the sense of freedom to do things, to be able to travel, to be able to visit with friends, stay close to family, whatever your to is, freedom to. Those are the two kinds of aspects in my mind of independence. And being financially secure is definitely going to enable the freedom to and the freedom from. And I think that the article that I'm referring to here by Suzanne Mulligan-Bourne is about, I think it's called 3 Reasons to the Independence in Retirement is more than just about money. But it is about money, and I'm going to talk about that in a second, because we are trying to do all these things that kind of enable us to do our own thing. It's just so unique, isn't it? I mean, we're trying to stay close to family, we're trying to stay close to our communities and be involved in the world. But then there's this other part of us, which is just us. It's just us moving into our 60s, 70s, 80s, and wondering, how do we make the most of this? So the first thing that Susan says, and it is Suzanne, and that she says, which I think is totally appropriate. And while money is the only currency that's actually helpful in buying things, there is one currency that is really almost more important than anything. And if you don't have this amount in the bank, you are not going to be a happy person in your 60s and 70s, and that is good health. And I think that we've all been so totally impacted by this as we have gone through the last couple of years. So we know that if you don't have a good, strong immune system and good health, and you can't, take care of yourself, then it doesn't matter. You can have all the money in the world, you can have all the freedom in the world. If you don't feel well, if you're not able to move, that's a challenge. So movement, we've talked about this a couple of times in recent videos, and I feel like I'm kind of preaching, the kind of what you already know. But having good health is super important, and there's lots you can do. I mean, it's not just going to the gym. I mean, you can do gardening, walking, stretching, yoga, Pilates. You can just go and run with your grandkids, or just go for a little run around the block. No, this is the thing. No one's judging you at this age. No one. I mean, they may say, oh, look at that funny lady wobbling along there. Isn't she funny? But who cares? You're older than they are. You're like 60, 70 years old. They're like 20, 30, 40, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm not sort of trying to create an antagonistic situation, but you really honestly can do what you like to stay healthy. Stand on your head, put soup cans instead of weights. I mean, whatever really works for you. Honestly, it's really important. And if you can't do it easily, keep a journal, and you just start small, like 1 minute a day, then 2, then 4, then 8, then 16. Do it gradually, and don't beat yourself up if you fall back. But keeping a journal is one actually really good idea. And I think that if you do that, you'll sort of start to recognize your things you do to avoid it, things that you find are fun, and then just keep doing them. And honestly, you don't have to do 10,000 steps a day. You could do 5,000, 1,000, whatever your goal. Do it. Just do it. The next thing is, and this is of course another thing that money can buy, but it also isn't the most important thing, is what you put in your body, what you eat. I think a lot of women in our 60 and Me community, based on conversations I have had, are really into healthy eating. And I don't know whether it's just something that sort of happened because of the pandemic and because of the fact that we had to be resourceful and cook from scratch. We're not so much into processed foods. And maybe that is we have a little more time. I mean, I know when I worked in London, I was like always stopping at Marks and Spencer's at the end of the day to go and get the package to put in the microwave. And, that was my dinner. But, good nutrition is not just a matter of cooking from scratch, but it's also eating, healthy foods all the time with vitamins and minerals. Keep your muscles, your bones, your whole body healthy and well. And the other thing is, and I know that this has been challenging for people, but that's to get those tests. Don't give up on the mammograms. You say, I'm 70 years old, what's the point? There is a point, because if you catch these things early, you really have a great chance to have a healthy, happy life. But diabetes, check for, get a colonoscopy if you haven't done that. I haven't done that. And the doctor asked me if I would do that because, just to check the box. And I said, okay, I'll do it. And so I got an appointment like in March or some really distant, because everyone's doing this now. This is a common theme. As you get older, it's like the technology's there to take care of yourself, to check out your all the different parts of your body, but good food that's not processed, vitamins, minerals, and also your brain health. Your brain health is super important. It gives you like doing puzzles, exercises, reading, even doing like Mahjong or any of those online games, anything to keep your brain active, because your brain is just another organ in your body. And if you don't keep it healthy and well with good food and exercise, then you'll have the same challenge, that you have with any other part of your body. You'll start to get challenges, and we do not want that. Okay, so just take really good care. What else have we got? If you're in a home, and this is one thing that she talks about, is making sure your home is safe. This is another thing that's super important. And so again, financial independence can help you to buy some of these things. If you need a ramp, for example, or you think that your bathroom may not be so safe, you need to put some railings up or whatever. But that isn't the whole. What is important is the consciousness about it, and whether you can afford that or not, doing things in your home that actually can make it a safe place for you. So, and when you're maybe changing homes, I mean, you may decide in your 50s and 60s, 70s that you're going to move, that you're going to move to a different city, a different house. Maybe the kids have left and you've got extra space that you don't really want, so you're going to move into an apartment. Ask yourself some questions about the neighborhood. Like, does it have buses? Is it easy to maneuver? Say that you needed a wheelchair or you needed to, walking help. Is the area that you've moved to. If you're in a flat like me, on the third floor, is that something that you should be considering in the future when you move? It's really, really important. So finding your home is safe and provides comfort and, sort of sense of stability for you. That's really super, super important. The other thing, I guess, and I don't think that whether Suzanne mentions this in here, but I think there's another aspect of spirituality. And I don't know if it's just meditation for me or whether it's just having a calm, sort of attitude to your place in the universe, like where everything fits together. I think that's another really, really important step to take. Maybe we should call this 4 different ways. Independence, because you've got this chance now to do something for yourself that's really, really, important and contributes to the whole movement of going forward. It's really super important. Now, I've got a phone call here that's coming in. I don't know how to stop it, but I'll just keep going. Okay. And maybe it won't go. I'm recording this on my phone. That's why I was asking. But anyway, I hope that all's well with you guys. I hope this has been useful for you to think about financial independence not being the only form of independence that you need to be thinking about when you get older. And take really good care of yourselves in all those areas. It's really super important. If you have found this useful, I would love for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you like this video particularly, go ahead and give it a thumbs up so that our friends at YouTube can take care of getting out to more people. It's the whole point of this, having a channel like this on YouTube. I really, truly appreciate it. And I think that our job here is to just help each other on this crazy journey. We're walking each other home, as Ram Dass said, and this is what we do here at 60andMe. Anything that we can do to help to give you a perspective on what's a good way to live your life as you get into your 60s, 70s, and 80s and older, we are happy to do that. So tell us what does independence, I guess, mean to you? I'm really curious how you frame it. What does independence mean? Let's have a conversation. Let's have a chat about what your view of independence is in terms of freedom to, freedom from, and whether these 4 or 5 things, or 3 or 4 things that we've talked about today really are, in your mind, a key to independence as you get older. Again, I want to thank you guys for being here. Thank you so, so much for your support of 60andMe, for your support of me, and hope that you get something out of these videos. If there are topics that we don't talk about that you'd like to see me discuss, please leave those comments in the section below. But for now, let's just talk about independence. What is your definition of independence in your 60s, 70s, and older? Take really good care, everybody. Hope you have a fabulous day. Sending you lots and lots of love. Bye-bye for now.